Hi, my name is Sean Mabry. I'm a writer, and today I wanted to talk about one of my newly rediscovered obsessions, which is the SCP Foundation. Now, in case you haven't heard of this, it's really cool. It's a community-written horror wiki. So let me break that down. It's basically a wiki site that is, in fiction, the internal database of an organization called the SCP Foundation. And what the SCP Foundation is, again, in fiction, is a clandestine organization not attached to any one world government, but occasionally collaborating with government entities that secures, contains, and protects anomalous things, right? And that can include objects, people, humanoids, animals, places, all kinds of things. So basically, in fact, it actually started as a piece of internet creepypasta, if you ever heard of that. The very first SCP was literally a piece of creepypasta that someone got the idea to build a whole universe around. But the reason why I want to talk about it here is, A, if you haven't heard of it, you have to check it out. It's so cool. I'll also link to a YouTube channel here that I've been listening to pretty much nonstop for the past week or so, called The Vulgan. He's an Irish voice actor who does really awesome work creating audio versions of these SCP articles. So if you don't have time to sit down and read them on your screen, you can listen to his versions, and they're fantastic. But either way, however you choose to consume these articles, what's really cool about the SCP Foundation from a writing standpoint is that the best articles, and there's a whole voting system, I mean, there's literally thousands of articles on there, not all of them are good, quite frankly, but the ones that rise to the top are amazing in their craft. And what they do so well is that they induce a level of curiosity, which, I mean, this is the reason why I've been listening to these videos back to back for, again, pretty much a solid week at this point. They induce such an intense state of curiosity by how they reveal their exposition. And part of the trick of it is kind of built into the structure of SCP itself, because the standard format for any given SCP article, and there are a few exceptions here and there, but by and large the format is, first you get just the really high level information like the object's serial number, which is like SCP dash whatever. Its danger level, which is actually a recent development. Its object class, which is also kind of connected to its danger level. And then you get the containment procedures, but they're always very careful to describe the containment procedures of how you contain this object without actually revealing what the object is. Because you don't get to see what the object is until you get to the object description at the bottom. Now, this device already is just brilliant. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. And because what it does is that when someone's using this format well and they really know what they're doing, each detail in that description procedure heightens your curiosity about, well, what is this stupid thing, right? Like, if they have to do all these complicated, have to jump through all these hoops to contain it, what on earth is this thing? Like, one example is, you can look up SCP-076. I won't spoil what it actually is, but the containment procedures basically describe the object being kept at the bottom of a deep-sea trench in a specially constructed station at the end of a crazy long, what they call a kill corridor, that's like, I think it's like over 2 kilometers long or something, just filled with all these like traps and explosives and automated turrets and all this crazy stuff. And like, you're just reading this like, what on earth is down there? Why do they need to do all this to contain this thing? And it only gets crazier from there. I mean, especially because a lot of the objects that they choose to talk about are, mind-altering, reality-bending, just really cool, clever stuff. And so part of the fun of it is just seeing how weird the containment procedures can get. It only makes you more curious about what the actual thing is. And of course, once you get to what the actual thing is, at that point you're still just looking at the tip of the iceberg. In the best written SCP articles, there's just layers and layers and layers of story. But it's always tied together with the thread of your curiosity. It's always carefully constructed to make sure that you want to know more. And so for those of you that struggle with world building or how to do your exposition, the SCP Foundation is your research. Study, go pick the top 10 articles or however many on the site and just study the heck out of them. They are really And they're free. That's the amazing thing. All this stuff is just free for the taking. But these are masterclasses in how to construct curiosity and how to do exposition effectively. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you lose thousands of hours to this website as I have. Trust me, it's well worth it. And I will go ahead and see you all next week. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, as always. And bye.